and I got the chocolate chip salted caramel one, an actual cookie though. But at least you got the. And I've not tried it yet. It's still kind of gooey yet, so it just came out of the oven like 5-6 minutes ago. Oh no, I'm big. So yeah, it just came out of the oven like 5-6 minutes ago. Stupid background thing. There we go. And that's the sea salt stuff you put on top. So first impression on it. It tastes like a pretty good homemade cookie.
And that's a T-Rex cookie.
T-Rex.
That's something you bake at home though, right?
Yes, and you find it in the grocery store in your frozen section, which is kind of not refrigerated or anything like that. It's actually in the frozen, and each cookie is a 1/4 pound.
Holy shit!
So that's kind of like those little squares that you get from the grocery store, and you take them out and put them on the sheets. Yeah, much bigger, but same concept.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So how much is a bag, Cody?
Hold on. Let me check.
Rough,
$7.62 after tax.
And how many is in a bag? How many is in a bag?
Yeah.
4 cookies.
Okay, so that's like one. That's like almost one crumble cookie.
Yeah.
Next question I have for you: how many different flavors do they have to choose from?
In the store, they had 3. You had your classic chocolate chip, one they called a monster cookie, which looked like it had M&Ms in it, and then
M&Ms, peanut butter dough, and oatmeal.
Ooh, that would have been good. I'm gonna have to try that one next.
Yeah,
time.
I like oatmeal.
So that was their other flavors I seen there, but I'm sure they might have other flavors than that.
They run about 9 or 10 different flavors normally.
Okay.
In the shop, I always tend to get the cookies and cream chunks with caramel in the cookie as well. That's by far my favorite.
Now that sounds good.
They have an actual shop that you can go to?
Yeah, they're headquartered here in Minneapolis. They've got a couple storefronts in a couple of the malls, but otherwise, I think 4 physical locations around the cities.
Gigan's like a professional with these cookies.
And how much is a cookie when you go into the storefront?
Honestly, I don't pay attention to it because if I did, I would probably stop.
Well, is it comparable to
It's probably comparable to Crumble. I think probably $4 sounds about right. Between 4 and 5. I bought one a couple of weeks back, and my grocery store has some already pre-baked, individually packaged on their bakery table. But those they charge like 6 or 7. But my grocery store is spendy.
I think I'd rather have it frozen the way Cody's did because then it's fresh baked.
Right, I agree.
Hmm.
Well, I was trying to look up their menu online real quick, but their menu bogs down my computer, so I'll look that up later. Like Gigan, what kind of cookie you got for us?
I actually went to Crumble. I got their Black Forest cake with the cherry underneath. It almost looks like whipped cream topping, or chocolate ganache, dark chocolate shavings, and then a cherry on it.
That sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, the description says a chilled chocolate cookie layered with tart cherry topping, fresh whipped cream, chocolate ganache, dark chocolate curls, and a cherry. So he was right on the money. Man knows his cookies.
Going from memory. That is really tasty.
Yeah, what do you give it out of a 10?
I'm actually going to give it a 7. I think it's a lot of chocolate. But it's dark forest cake, so it's expected to be that.
So it's chocolate on chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think
too much chocolate overload.
Yeah, a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Is Boots getting homeless cookies again?
I don't know. The Black Forest cake, though, it did look good. I do have one in there. I'm just not eating it tonight.
Yeah.
Nothing beats the storm.
My store had all the flavors from last week yet, too. So I got the wife another one of the lemon poppy seed and a Twix.
Oh, nice. Nice. All right, Felon, we'll go on to you because I think Boots is picking up an order.
All right. I got the Willy Wonka red velvet cookie, which is kind of cool because it's like 2 cookies for the price of 1. It's like a cookie sandwich.
Let's see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And has the Wonka W on top. And so I took a bite of it right now. It's pretty good, actually. I like red velvet a lot, but my only complaint is they have these like little chocolate candies in there, but they don't go all the way around. So I don't get why they wouldn't do that.
Saving money.
But anyways, I took a bite and it's really good. Probably like 9 out of 10.
Is it really soft and like cakey? More like cake than cookie?
It's like halfway between. Like it's got a crunch at first and then it's soft. So it's pretty good, actually.
How's the sweetness factor on it? Is it overly sweet? Is it just
No,
right?
it's not overly sweet. It's actually pretty like on the level.
Because I know a lot of the sandwiches, especially the ones that are like cookie sandwiches, they tend to be overly sweet, and so you get a couple bites in them, and you're just like, I think it's the cream filling that just makes them too overly sweet.
I'm sure this will be overly filling, but I'm not a fan of overly sweet things, so this isn't sweet, but it might be overly filling, which is probably more like what you're saying.
Yeah.
It sounds like what you're saying.
All right, Boots, you still look busy, so I'll go on to me. I actually did go to Cookie Crumble as well, and I got the 6-pack of cookies.
Shit!
I know. I ate one earlier. What was it? It was a mystery cookie. I don't even remember what it was, but it was delicious. That's how much I ate it. And then I actually got the super chocolate chunk and the chocolate crumb with Oreo, and they're both really delicious. I don't think they're overly sweet or anything like that. The Oreo cream is just like an Oreo cookie. So very, very good. Still very high priced. So I wish they'd get cheaper.
You're willing to make the sacrifice once a week?
No, I'm making friends with the guys at Cookie Crumble, trying to get a discount every week. So I do enough pickups there that whenever I walk in, they already know who I am. And so, because like last week, whenever I picked up from Cookie Crumble, like I picked up there, I think 3 or 4 times last week. And one of the times they had a real big screw up. They had a catering order that wasn't supposed to be in the system. And so they made like 100 cookies for no reason.
Oh, no.
And so they had to I talked to them, a couple times after that going in there. And so now whenever I walk in, they already know me. So I'm hoping that eventually I'll get a discount. And so,
you should tell them about the show on Mondays and that we
already did, Red.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, I promoted us.
Get on the subscription like Cody.
I'm not getting on the subscription to Cookie Place.
I haven't done it because you can't earn crumbs then that way.
Oh,
you can't earn the points.
Yeah.
So Boots, see you back in your car now. I don't know if you got any cookies, homeless cookies from last week.
No, I got cookies from
Subway.
So I got the double chocolate chip.
Oh, always a good choice. I
got the macadamia nut.
Ooh, that's Donna's favorite.
And then I got my favorite, raspberry cheesecake.
Oh, those are pretty good too. Yes, I like those as well. There. My actual favorite cookie is oatmeal raisin.
Yeah, I would agree. Their oatmeal raisin is quite sweet, but very good.
Yeah, I like their oatmeal raisins a lot.
These are delicious.
So I have to know, you bought a lot of cookies last week. You said you was going to give them away. How many did you eat?
2. I gave the
Just
rest
2.
away. I gave the rest away.
Somebody took them.
No. Well, the homeless guy, I gave him the cookies and the McDonald's that I had in my car.
Oh, okay. I was like, I wouldn't take that. Somebody come up to me, hey, you want some cookies? No. I
Well,
don't.
the customer didn't want their McDonald's, so I gave the McDonald's to him, and I was like, "You want some cookies?" He was like, "Sure." And he took them.
Sweet.
Feeding the homeless, helping out.
I love Subway cookies.
So how are these Subway cookies?
Oh, strawberry cheesecake. That's the best. That's
Yeah,
the best.
I've never had Subway cookies.
Subway cookies are slept on. They're low key delicious.
Did you say you've never had a Subway cookie?
Correct.
Go get them.
Why? Yeah, you gotta go get them. They're good, and they're like sometimes they're like 3 for $1.
Because I'm not really a sweets person. The only reason I have this whole chocolate cake that I will eat by Wednesday.
By tomorrow, by midnight tonight.
No, that's too much. Is because of this segment in the show.
Red's gonna be in diabetic coma tomorrow.
Well, see, you could have just stopped by Subway, got one cookie, and then you wouldn't feel bad about eating a whole cake.
That's
You
what
can't just stop by Subway. Subway is in Walmart, which is by Cookie Crumble, which is like 8 miles away. I'm not driving 8 miles for no damn cookies.
Oh, you should have stopped at 7-Eleven then.
Your Subway's literally 8 miles away. I live out in the middle of nowhere, and there's like a Subway like 3 miles down the road. They're like
in
everywhere.
Walmart. No,
Subway will allow their franchisees to be built across the street from each other.
Yes.
Well, I only have 2 in my area, and they are both in Walmart.
When is the
We had
pizza
one,
segment?
but it was closed down.
Oh, well, dang. You're just gonna have to show up with giant cakes each week.
You know, I
No,
actually just looked. My Subway is actually 4 miles away too, so it's a pretty good distance from my house.
So would you drive 4 miles for a cookie?
Not one cookie. No, I'd go ahead and grab me a sub or flatbread or something while I was there.
I might go for
Yeah.
the 6-pack.
No, I wouldn't drive for 6-pack cookies either. I mean,
No.
they're good, but I ain't driving just for cookies. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
here I like Josh's idea though. We can definitely trade this to a pizza segment.
Ooh, we could do that.
Should we have a rotating food type every month?
We could do that.
Yeah,
We could do that. Yeah.
there's no sushi. I don't do sushi.
I can't wait. I can't wait till it's Indian food month.
Yeah, that's always next month.
Yes. The following month.
Always next month.
I will try this. I will try the Indian food.
Let's take a second and say hi to the chat because we haven't.
Yeah.
There is
not
a
yet.
few.
Who do we have in here? We have Mr. D Fox 7. We have the GWOB Josh himself. Cray Cray Nay is in the house.
Um,
I see Hulk
Did you say
Smash
Miko?
is here. Hey,
I saw
I'm
George.
going down the list. I got Miko here in the house. Hey, Miko. Miko, congratulations on your 1,000 subs and subsequent approval for monetization. Good girl.
Good job.
We got God's Pirate in the house. Of course, we got Donna Donuts here. Hey, Donna. Hey, Nightbot. How you doing? Guab is calling himself El Presidente. And I think that's who we got.
Plus, whoever else is lurking, we definitely appreciate you watching.
Yeah.
All right, so we all got our cookies. They were nice. They were great. But we did have a lot of stuff going on this week. So let's go ahead and start with the team members weekly overview and what do you got coming up as well.
Oh, so last Monday I said my goal was to do 50 Instacart shops. Well, I didn't do 50. I did, though, complete 39, and I am over the hump. I am now, let me check exactly my numbers that I have to complete for my diamond status. Come on. It is 88 more shops, so I'm below 100. So
And you got to get that before when?
I have until December 31st. So I will get it. 2 weeks ago, I was a little nervous because I was closer to the 150, 160 range that I had to do.
So you have 88 to do in 20 days.
Yes.
Is that right? So that means you got to do an average of 4.4 per day.
Yes.
Closer
I
to
did
5 if she
six
skips
today.
Christmas.
Yeah. If you skip Christmas Day and things like that, you got to do 5. So
Yeah.
how many are you currently doing a day?
Yesterday was 7, I believe. Today I did 6. What I need to really do is be out there first thing in the morning. I think my plan is going to be to do the early morning in-store shops, like where you shop only. They don't pay fantastically, but you're not delivering, and usually there's small amounts, like 6, 7 items for like $8 or $9. It would be sweet if I could do 2 or 3 of those in the same store like that early in the morning. There's nobody there, right? Just bang one out, bang another one out, bang another one out. Boom, I got 3 done.
Just like that.
That's my goal.
I did not know about that early morning stuff till what day was that? Saturday?
Well, in my
No, Thursday.
zone,
Right.
What?
like I did an in-store shop yesterday. Well, that one took me a little while because she was a crazy psycho. But because yeah, they can message you. I didn't know that. But some of those in-store shops, you can do in 10, 12 minutes and you're done.
Okay, so you got that going on. What else happened this week with you?
Oh, I had a war on Saturday with Josh. He challenged me, saying that if he were to win, he wanted the title of president. And I agreed to go to war with him, but I also said, if you lose, you will take the title of bitch. And he agreed. Well, he lost, so Josh is now an official team member with no responsibilities, duties, or ability to speak publicly for the brand, but he does have a title, and it's bitch. So everybody, when you see him, feel free to refer to him as Gwab, GWOB, straight up, Gig Wars bitch, whatever, however you feel most comfortable.
Okay, so
I like hashtag GWB.
Everybody's going to be wondering because he's going to be putting this out there. I won. Explain to everybody how exactly did he lose? We do know that he overall did make more money, but how did he actually lose?
He did not follow the instructions or the rules. So he did not input his numbers correctly into the Gig Wars app. All earnings had to be input by 9 p.m. Eastern, with the war ending at 8. So he had an entire hour. Josh failed to do that. So at 10 o'clock, 2 hours later, he came back and said, hey, I checked my numbers. I actually made whatever it was, which was what, maybe
I think overall it was like $20
$4 or $5.
No, it was $20 overall difference. By the next day when he woke up, that guy that he dropped off that very last ride that he was trying to get him to tip, they actually tipped him $10.
Oh.
So the very but he didn't check it that night. He didn't notice it until he opened his app the next day and the tip was there. And so
that tip would not have counted anyway because the numbers had to be in by 9 o'clock.
Right.
That was the tip before 9. Yeah. So Josh recalculated his numbers after the cutoff point and said, "Hey, there was I made an error."
Right. So that just goes to show everybody, make sure you know all the rules to the war. And everybody needs to get really good at putting their full descriptions into the war. In the description box of the war, when you create a war, make sure all your descriptions are laid out there. And this upcoming week, we actually have an update, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. That will help with all that. So anything else going on with you this week, Red, or anything coming up next week we should know about?
No, I don't think so. Not that I can think of.
All right, Cody, what do you got for us?
I had a regular week, typically. Did make 2K again for a second week in a row. So I'm pretty happy about that. A lot of that was Spark. I was looking, it's like almost $800 last week from Spark. I've never really made that much before on Spark, but it's all been shopping. I don't mess with the curbside, any of it. Only ones I'm taking is the shopping ones. That haven't really done a whole lot. Cheered on them on their war over Saturday, and yeah, Josh was late putting in those numbers. If he just would, I've been saying everybody keeps with this procrastination stuff. Wait until the last day of the month to get their orders in, to get their top dasher status, all this last minute stuff. And then Josh, thinking he'd be the one on ball here. No, he's the one who procrastinated all the way till the end.
See, I think because I even reminded everybody. I reminded them on stream, hey, double check all your numbers before the official time. Even though I didn't know there's official time, as soon as it was over at 8:00, I say, hey, everybody double check your numbers. Red double check.
Well, you were manually adding up their numbers for them.
Well, I got Red's amounts. She gave me her amounts. I double checked all those, and then we found an error in hers, and it got fixed. And then Josh, I actually got his trip info, not his amount. He didn't give me amounts, but he gave me his trips, and I fixed his trips for him. And so if he would have given me the amounts, then we would have found a discrepancy there as well. And so as Cody says, stop procrastinating and do your stuff early. But yeah, Josh, as he says here, he was worried about getting his damn pizza, and he still did not get his good pizza. He had to settle for second-rate preheated pizza, which just makes it even worse for him that night. So anything coming up, Cody, next week? Are you still shooting for 2K again next week? You're going to try a 3-week triple there?
Yeah, I'm going to try to. Because then I want to, right all the way until like Christmas and stuff. Have you had to work any extra hours to get that 2K? Really. No? A little. Well, Sunday, I try to push myself earlier in the week, except for today. I go home a little earlier because of this and stuff. But like tomorrow, I'll be out there pushing myself a little bit more. But then by the time the weekend rolls around, I'm almost there. I already have it. And then Sunday, I only needed like $80 to hit it. So I just went out and then got that and had an early day and went home. Yeah. Hit your 2K and say, see ya. Pretty much. I could stay out longer, but I'd rather go home and eat something and enjoy the day. Right. Well, you gotta have some type of break. You can't just be out here all the time hustling, because you'll eventually have burnout modes, and then you'll want to not work. So,
how many hours did that take last week?
It was like 12 hours a day, except for Sunday was only like 4. I believe.
So you're looking at 72, 76? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what I do. Yeah, about 70. About because I leave this one all day, so 74 hours. So we're pretty close for last week. Still. Well, I mean, most people work 10 hours a day, 6-7 days a week when they do full-time gig work. So that's not too much off the average. No. It could be better though. But yeah. It's good. If you could do that in 40 hours, that'd be really great. Exactly. That's the key is to get that time down. But there is lots of dead time too, at times too.
Well, but one thing is, Cody, what is your commute? And are you factoring that into the?
Yeah,
Huh?
actually, yeah. I leave the house typically 7-ish in the morning, but then I'm back home by about 6:30ish at night, unless I stay out
Okay.
later. But lately, and that's 45 minutes there and 45 minutes back. So take an hour and a half off of that, and that would actually be the work time.
Okay.
I'm
So when you tell us 74 to 75 hours, you're factoring in
Yeah.
what? 7. You're talking about 10, 11 hours
So it's
just
about
driving to your own. Yeah.
work time.
Well, still not bad. So,
No.
Yeah.
all right, Gigan, how we looking on that? What do we call it? $500,000 in debt there.
Yeah, $500,000. As of this morning, $500,203.28.
Damn.
That puts us right around 11,000 paid off since August.
That's still
I'm hoping to end that, cross that $500,000 threshold by the Monday next week. I surprised myself this week though. I actually cleared $1,550 in 52 and a half hours. So it was like $29.76 an hour on average. Thursday, I got real lucky. In the morning, I had a 3-hour route for $102. I got no packages on it at 4 a.m. Went and did DoorDash, made $20, and then I got a 48-item shop at a grocery store at 6 a.m. Did that before going to the office. That paid out another $60. I was almost at $200 by 8 a.m. on Thursday.
Damn.
So yeah, this week was really good. Coming up this next week is my last full week here in Minnesota. Next week sometime, like Thursday, Friday, is when I point the car towards Phoenix and start heading down that way.
okay. I don't know why, but why are you going from one to another?
To Phoenix? Christmas. My sister-in-law is having her baby due any day in the next couple weeks.
Okay, so it's like a temporary thing though, from where you're Minnesota to there. Okay, you made it sound like you was moving.
No, not moving. But I'm gonna definitely be trying a bunch of DoorDash down there, Uber Eats. I'm not taking Flex because I don't want to lose my spot up here for when I come back.
Right.
But I'll be down
that's
there.
That's what sucks about Flex is you can't move markets.
Yeah, I'll be down there till probably the 29th, and then I'll head back. I took off for my W-2, so I've got a lot of free time.
Okay, so you're going to be going to Phoenix? You're going to be working full-time gig work in Phoenix?
Yep.
Plus the family, I guess the holiday stuff, things like that. Right. So whenever you get to Phoenix, it's probably just going to be mainly food delivery, right? Uber Eats.
Mainly food delivery. I'm hoping, well, I'll have Spark. I'll have Instacart. I'm hoping like Delivered actually tracks my location and updates that I can maybe get a few catering orders down there.
Well, they did tell me if you go to a new market with Delivered, text the support number and let them know your new market. Just tell me, hey, I'm going on vacation here. I'm going to be here from this date to this date. And then they should be able to switch you to that market. It doesn't track your location from what I understand.
Okay. I will do that. I'm also going to finish signing up for Delivered that here tomorrow. Actually pay the fee and get that going. I applied for GoShare a couple days ago, but they denied me due to my zip code of where my house actually is, even though I'm 20 minutes outside of the city.
I thought just put in a fake address.
Yeah, that would have been nice to know ahead of time, but now they say to change it, I need a
utility bill or something.
A utility bill or whatnot. So maybe I'll try with another email. See what happens there.
Utility bill, no problem, man.
Felon's got you covered there. Just
Felon
let him know the address. Let him know the address you need. You know what, Fallon? I was thinking the same thing. I was gonna like, hey, just message me after the show. I'll hook you up. I got Photoshop.
We'll work it out. I might try to go if I can sneak it in. I might try to go visit Steve on my way out. Might go through Denver if the snow isn't too bad in the mountains, because obviously I don't want to be stupid. But
Denver's pretty good about clearing their streets, even when they get snow.
yeah, it's more after Denver once I start going south that I'm a little more concerned about. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever invest in the tires?
No,
So you're just gonna ride a ball down there?
I'm gonna ride it. They're not bald yet, but we'll see what happens.
Well, you have a Tesla though, right? So
Yeah.
don't they just come to wherever you're at and change your tires?
You still got to pay for them.
Well, I know, but I'm saying worst case scenario, you get on the road, something happens, you call Tesla, like, hey, I need a tire.
They come do your tires right on.
Right.
They will do mobile service at your house.
Whenever me and Donna, when we was in Denver, we was out walking around the town, like in the middle of the food court, Tesla was there changing some Tesla guy's tires because he hit a curb.
Wow.
Yeah, they bring out this big van and they do it all right there. They mount it, balance it, everything right there. Yeah, it says Tesla on the side of the van. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Handy if you need it.
Gigan, when are you going to start doing weekly content paying down your debt in a Tesla?
I'd like it to be daily, but I just need more hours in a day. Like I record, I just don't edit.
And I think a lot of it is he has a W-2 as well. He's doing full-time gig work pretty much, right? And a full-time W-2. So
I do 40 hours, 40 hours at my W-2 and average about 50 hours a week on gig work.
So you're doing 90 hours a week.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. That's a lot of work.
And then I sleep, and then I hang out with the kiddo.
Yeah.
And the wife from time to time. Probably the kiddo more than the wife.
You don't even have to edit it. You could just turn on your camera, talk, and hit upload. Boom.
Yeah, but I want a little more than that involved.
Okay.
I like screenshots. I love screenshots. Because otherwise people are just looking at, they're just words and I could be making them up.
Well, I mean, you can always hire somebody to help you edit your video too. It's pretty cheap.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Me and Josh was on the same boat right there. Send the screenshots, you send the video, they do all the work. In and out. Very cheap.
I may look into that once I actually get some content put together on what I want my style to be, and we'll get it going.
Okay. Sounds good.
Good
Boots,
point, though. Thank you.
Where you at for the week, Boots? What you got going for us?
Well, the magazine dropped last week, so that's out.
You might want to refresh us because I don't know anything about a magazine. So,
well, I had another article come out in the Hawaii Business Magazine for as DoorDash, food deliveries go. They interviewed me as the premier delivery guy. So that came out last week, but I will receive the hard copy Wednesday. I set up the appointment with Miko where we will be doing a podcast. I will be appearing on her channel at the first of the year. We're going to record this month, but it's going to premiere on the 1st of January or the date she set. And those 3 tickets that I got on live during the war got dismissed today.
Wait, you got 3?
Yeah, remember when I was on live and the butthole pulled me over?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't remember you got 3.
Yeah, they all got dismissed. Because the judge was like, "What is this?" He wrote it up like I was not following orders from an officer, and he was like, "Can I explain it?" I said, "Yeah." He asked me for my last four numbers on my social security, and I told him I don't feel comfortable with doing that. And he was like, really? I was like, yes, that's what happened. He was like, okay, I'm going to dismiss all 3 tickets. That's what he did. Without prejudice. That's
Did he
when
explain? Was there any conversation about why he was asking for your last 4 of your social?
the cop's not there. I did a video. I did a Zoom. So when you on Zoom, they
Okay.
don't the cop. You don't see the cop. You don't see the officer. You just do the Zoom. You know, and he was just being a dick. So
I thought
The judge-
even with the Zoom though, the police still had to be there, like
Nope.
real court.
no, they'll dismiss a lot of things like that because they don't have any proof. 'Cause it's fairly what they'll tell you is they'll dismiss it because lack of evidence.
Right. Well, that's what I'm
And
saying. Like most cops don't show up to those type of traffic tickets anyways, because
they have to
they're
dismiss
thinking,
it.
yeah, they have to dismiss it because the cop has to be there. If they don't, then they can't prove anything.
Because the arresting officer's statement is the only proof or evidence.
Right.
So, but you're both right. It is the lack of evidence.
Yeah, so that happened today. I finished the week with 25. I tried to finish with 28, but I was a little short. 2,500 and 2,513, something like that. This week I'm going for 31.
To make up for last week.
No, because I have a goal that I want to take the rest of the year off. So the 23rd of December, I'm not working. I plan on not working after. So I had a goal in mind that I set for myself, and I'm actually $7,000 short of that right now. So if I do 31 this week, that'll put me $4,000 short, and then 31 the following week will make up to 7, somewhere here along there. And I'll be able to take the rest of the year off without, no problem.
Without stressing.
I'm not stressed, never stressed. It's always fun.
Without worrying, I guess, or without losing any major income. Let's put it that way.
And then also, what else? I'm actually will be crossing over the 30,000 mark since September 1st till now. I'll be crossing over the 30,000 mark by Wednesday. So I made $30,000 in 3 months.
Let's see here. I'm pulling this up. And if people don't know, go open your Gig Wars app and you can actually go to the 30K by New Year's Eve war in there. And right now, between everybody in there, Dashers, of course, he's number one. He's at 29,376 currently. But between, let me take out the quitters. So 19. So between 17 people,
Jesus Christ.
they have earned $195,281.77.
Nice
a
chunk
lot.
of change.
A nice chunk of change. If we can just get all of them to donate to Giggin,
we'd have most of the stuff paid off except the house and probably the student loans.
trying to help you out here. You take what you can get, man.
I know. We do need more people to join the $5 million push, though.
The $5 million push is for 2024. That actually starts on January 1st at 12 a.m. Will end on December 31st, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. We currently have 15 in there. So make sure you go download the app and get in.
If we hit it, I will get a Gig Wars tattoo.
Ooh, is it the bitch one? Oh,
no.
That's Josh. That's Josh. His got to say like hustler or something. So, no, that's
and for that 25, it took me. I'm gonna tell you right now. To make 2,500 in a week, I worked. Here we go. Let's see. It's actually 25, 16, 21, but I worked 119 hours active and 147 dash time. So it's not easy, but I did it.
Putting in some hours.
Yeah. I've also crossed over to 27,291 lifetime deliveries. I will be at 30,000 roughly around March. Lifetime deliveries. So that's about it.
It's a lot.
And that's in
Some
3
killer
years.
numbers you got there.
And that's in
What-
like 3 years. That's in 3 years. Actually,
Wow.
about 2.5, maybe.
Miko says, "Nice boost. Give me $5."
I got you, Miko. I got you.
She needs some Subway cookies, man. So that's great. Felon, what do you got going on this week?
This week I turned in the rental car and got my car back from the shop. Man, it's running smoothly, so that's all good. Last week I tried to set out a goal to make $1,000. Didn't quite make that because the day I took off for the rental car situation. One I took off, but I did make my general goal. Of I made $851, so I always try to make over $800, which is someone that makes $20 an hour full time. So that's my general weekly goal. But so I did exceed that with everything, but the catering orders really took me past that because I had 10 scheduled catering orders this week between the apps. I had 8 on deliver that and 2 undelivered. So yeah.
And he's still complaining about the delivered green board.
Yeah, because I only had 2 undelivered, and those were both on one day, and those are my only ones in 2 months.
I know. I keep sitting here refreshing, thinking they'll drop something for tomorrow, but nothing popping up.
All they send me is crap.
I saw the same order probably 15 times this afternoon.
Jeez.
Pop in and out of there for like $23, but it was straight downtown for like 0.16 miles. Even Token put it in the Discord that he got offered it directly, and like, no way in hell.
Is it because it was downtown?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't like. Well, here I don't have any major downtown, so I don't have to worry about that. But
Well, it's also
What's up,
like
Kat?
from my house, that's an hour and 10-minute drive to go pick that up. I'm not doing that for $23.
So, fella, you got anything coming up this upcoming or this current week, or you got any
I'm gonna try to
goals?
go for that goal, exceed to $1,000 for the week again. But yeah, this week I only worked around like 30-ish, 32-ish hours. So I'm still proving that you can do this and make more than someone makes it a W-2 in 40 hours and less hours, you know. So I'm still trying to set out and that you can be more efficient in gig work than at a W-2 sometimes, especially if you're my age and you are only looking at entry level W-2s.
Crap jobs. Basically. Miko, you can email me at gary@middletontech.com and I'll see what I can do for sure. So to wrap up my week, I've had a busy week, of course, not just working the gig apps. Let me see. I think I did 700 or 800 this week on the gig apps. Not a lot, but of course I only work around lunchtime only. So I'm typically home by 2:30 every day so I can work on other apps, you know, the Maximo DUH and of course the Gig Wars app. And so other than that, it was a pretty decent week. Nothing special happened. I did go to the cell phone place today and find out that I was actually supposed to have a free cell phone because I have Spectrum internet. And they've apparently forgot to tell me that whenever I got the internet 3 weeks ago. So I'm going to be testing out this week whether Spectrum is better than AT&T in my market and try and not lose signal as much whenever I'm out dashing or driving or whatever. So that way I can be on the stream more with you guys and everything like that. Cray, I'm working on too, but you're like 3 hours from me. So I'm probably just going to try and bring you some so we can go have some empanadas and hang out. You know, it'd be a whole thing. We got a bond, you know, can't just be like mailing you stuff.
Oh, I did get to try empanadas on Thursday.
Yeah, Cray's favorite empanada. Oh, I did try empanadas too last week. Now that I think about it, and they were terrible. The bread was hard, so I just ate the middle. So, you know,
Those empanadas we had in Denver were the bomb.
They were actually a lot of the food we had. In fact, me and Gigan and Cody, we all went out to breakfast at that breakfast spot, and it was good.
That was
breakfast
good.
was pretty
Yeah,
good.
I mean, we had some really good food in Denver. The sushi spot or whatever. Oh, Miko's in Orlando. Miko's even
Empanadas
closer
are just
to
hit
me.
and miss. That's all.
Miko's only 48 miles from me.
Someone should time out Josh for that comment.
Empanadas suck. El
I got him. I got him.
Don't. But no, don't ban
you
him.
full out banned him.
No, don't ban him.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I
What'd
didn't
you
mean to
ban
ban
him
him.
for?
I didn't mean to ban him. Hold on, I got to go in and unban him.
Oh my
I got to
god.
go in and unban him.
How you gonna ban the?
Josh, that was a mistake.
Oh, he's
Oh,
gonna be
oh,
riled up.
Oh,
Find out.
shit.
Hold on. I'm taking care of it right now.
Hold on, let me message you.
I didn't mean to ban him.
Oh,
I only meant to put him in time out. Okay, I guess that won't be. Oh,
Yeah,
there.
Miko, I'll have to bring it to you, and we can go have lunch or something. Chat it up. I didn't know you was that close to me. Maybe we should all meet up in
you guys just need a Florida meetup. Yeah.
we do. So many of us live in Florida too.
I'm down to
He's
just
not
go
in my
over to
band
Florida.
list. He's not in my band list.
He is banned. You banned him. I can see it right there.
It says it on the thing, and you banned him for sure.
Which channel are you looking on?
Gig Wars official.
Don't worry, Josh. We will have Cody
Go to Gig
there
House.
and unban you. Yeah, go to Gig House and see if that does it. But we will get you unbanned, Josh, and we're going to take away Red's rights to do that in the future. So coming up this week, we do have some app updates coming out for the Gig Wars app. I actually submitted them to the app stores last night. I am waiting on them to approve everything. Some of the changes coming are going to be in-app chats, so you can actually talk directly with whoever's in your war, and you don't have to go to Discord or a YouTube channel, even though that's a great place to go. Not everybody wants to go there. So we're going to actually have in-app chats so you can message back and forth. We do have some UI updates coming. Like I said, with the new UI update, you can have a longer description. So you can make it as detailed as possible. So make sure all your rules are listed in there. Make sure they're detailed so everybody knows the rules. Like I said, we want everybody to have a good time. And when rules are made up on the go, then that's not fun for everybody. So make sure you get those descriptions in. There are some changes coming to the wars. Free users are going to be limited to creating, I believe, 2 wars, and premium at one time. Once the war finishes, you should be able to go in and create another war. Premium users, you're going to be limited to 4 wars, I believe, at a time. And again, once a war falls off, you should be able to create another one. This way, we don't have a whole lot of dead wars inside the Gig Wars apps, and people can actually focus on the wars that they do have. I noticed that when a lot of people create a whole bunch of wars, people join, but then you go back later and you look, and there's a whole bunch of zeros. So they're either forgetting about them or they're in too many wars. And so we're trying to limit that so that way everybody's only in the active wars that they're in. What else is in there? I'm trying to think. Let me go over here through my Gig Wars app here. We do have the updated merch link coming in the war. So if you're looking to buy merch, please wait till the new app update and you'll be able to get the correct merch store.
Hollywood.
If you want to be able to join a war or be viewed in the competitors list, you will have to fully fill out your profiles. Where's my other phone? or else it's not even going to show you in there, and you won't be able to join a war this way. Again, some people are joining, or they're not doing everything in the war, and so we want to make sure everybody gets their profiles filled out. The Gig Wars team and the Gig Wars, I don't know what you call us. We're not really a staff, but Gig Wars staff will all have tags in the app now. So whenever you're on the team, you'll actually have one that says Gig Wars team. That way people will know who is who. For example, Cody's. I don't know if everybody can see that. Blow me up to full screen there, Cody. Under his name, it actually says Gig Wars producer in the app. And so all the Gig Wars team will have actual tags so everybody knows what they do in the war and, things like that. Like I think Red's says Gig Wars founder. Mine says Gig Wars developer. Cody's our Gig Wars producer. Cray Cray's is really, really long. It's like 9 different tags all in one, I think. I don't know. She keeps changing it. So, but yeah, lots of changes coming. We're going to try to get that rolled out this week. We were supposed to have a war to beta test that, but I think it's actually going to be released before any wars actually happen. Once it does get released, for the first 2 or 3 days, nobody will be able to create a war. And the reason for that is I'm going to need to force everybody to update their apps because the new structure for the wars does not match the previous structure for the wars, so it's going to cause a lot of issues. The new wars, you'll actually be able to set a date and time for it to end, and we will be testing that sometime this week. Eventually, as a team, I guess we'll throw in a war somewhere, and then we'll test that out. As far as the war this weekend, I don't think we have that Saturday war read. Josh wants a whole lot of stipulations that I don't want. I don't want to work 6 or 10 or 12 hours. I need a 24-hour war. I don't want to be limited because different markets are busy at different times.
Exactly.
Right.
And so if we want to do any other type of war this weekend with the team, we can do that. Maybe we want to do a 3-on-3 or something like that. I don't know Cray's schedule. I know Cody says she has to work on Friday and Saturday, maybe.
Yeah, her usual days off are Monday and Tuesday.
Okay.
Oh.
But they, they change her schedule every once in a while.
If anything, I will be creating some type of war this week in the app to test at least the chat features and the start and end time feature. So if anybody wants to join that and have fun, trash talk, whatever, I don't really care. It will be in the app sometime this week once it's approved by the app stores. Felons. Everybody keeps moving on me. So I'm like, wait, where's Felon going?
Had to refresh.
How's your AI training going?
Well, see, I've come up with the AI theory based on the fact that I've already trained the AI. See, that's where my theory comes from. And that's because I think the reason I pulled this off, and this is why I tell people that you need to start becoming more rigid with your behaviors, is because I have been following certain patterns ever since I started, ever since probably 3 months into dashing, when I started reading up on this stuff and following the Reddit threads and whatnot. I started following patterns like if I wasn't making X amount of money in the hour, I would stop the dash, and I would only take orders that are a certain criteria, and I would drop them if they were taking too long, and yada yada yada. And I think, but still while maintaining the top dasher stats and playing the game, and maybe lowering my standards at the end of the month to get the stats that I need, but never that much, And then now I notice over time, I can go to any week and show you that my active hours are over $20 an hour from the dash time throughout the whole week, whether I work 10 hours that week or I work 30 hours that week on DoorDash. I'm always consistently making $20 an hour at least. And I just feel like once you start being rigid in your movements, the AI learns from that, and then it'll start adapting to your habits and trying to get you to stay on when it's busy by sending you orders that take you to your criteria. That's what I believe.
Now, Red,
And I don't know why we have to keep talking about it, but
it was in the show notes, man. That's why I brought it up.
I know. And I don't. I'm the person that has to keep talking about it, even though I'm the person that keeps on mentioning it.
But since we haven't, since it's brought up, I gotta ask Red. She said she's been trying to train the AI as well. Bruce, I'm gonna mute you real quick because you're.
I truly believe it's after months and months and months of rigidity, then you'll start seeing improvements.
Red,
And,
you've been testing this theory out lately. Is it working any for you?
No, not yet.
And
No.
Felon, you think it's going to take months for it to work with her?
It could take months. Yeah, I think that it has to do a lot with the hours that the amount you're willing to work an hour. You know, and the app keeps track of that. So it's like an average of however much time, you know. So if you showed it you're willing to have the freaking app on for 5 hours and make $50, you've just told it you're willing to make $10 an hour on DoorDash because you got other things going on other apps, right? Well, you need to be rigid with DoorDash because DoorDash's AI is trained to give you certain orders. You see what I mean? So all these people that leave their app on all day, they'll never be able to train the algorithm. Like,
so Delivered has the Frederick algorithm. What do you think DoorDash calls theirs?
I don't know.
Because that's what Delivered said on the live stream the other day. Is theirs is called Frederick.
They probably call theirs Tony.
Tony.
Yeah.
That,
And they came up with an
way
acronym.
they can say Tony's working hard.
Yeah. Tony's working hard assigning the orders.
Gigan, what do you think? You think the algorithm theory holds up?
I don't work DoorDash enough to know. To be honest.
Well, shouldn't that work more then if you don't work it enough that it wants you to work more?
I decline a lot of stuff. I think maybe you're training it 3 weeks out of the month, but then at the last week of the month, then you kind of ruin it when you start taking as much as possible to keep your stats. I think that throws a wrench in the training.
See, I decline just as much as I did when I started dashing, but I'm declining orders that I would have taken when I started dashing because I didn't know any better. You see what I mean? Like, and all these $8 4-mile orders that you know is going to a restaurant that's going to take 30 minutes. So that's going to be $16 an hour if it takes fucking 30 minutes at the restaurant, you know? Like, and so when you start, like, I don't know, I just noticed that I'm getting more orders in my $1-mile range and I'm declining more of those. And it's easier for me to keep my stats up at the end of the month, every single month now.
I mean, maybe mine
below 65%.
Mine is trained, but with my active time in that, Cody and I were talking about this earlier today. I'm between 25 and 30 almost every week. Now that could just be my market. I don't think I rarely ever wait more than 10 minutes at a restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. So you probably stop the app if you're not making that much money, right?
No, I just let it decline and time out.
Okay.
I'm tapping Amazon most of the time when it's going off and I look at it, then I just go back to my Amazon app.
So your dash time says 100 hours, but
oh yeah, my dash time can be super high.
Okay. Then that wouldn't really have an effect on you, would it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's training the AI. I think you might be working with it, but not training.
Then let's just stop talking about this. If it's just going to be all gang up on Felon.
I'm not ganging up on you.
Nobody's ganging up on you.
Well, maybe you have trained the AI, but Red is definitely not training the AI.
Well, Red is expecting overnight
AI
results.
is-
All you guys are expecting it to fucking train for a week, and then all of a sudden next week you're gonna get nothing but bangers. I still get 30% of shitty orders. You know, you guys are.
Nobody's
You guys
ganging
are
up on you.
literally-
We're having a discussion here about
Yeah,
your theory. Nobody's
Yeah.
ganging up on you. If it's working for you, great. I mean, I personally, as a programmer, I can see some type of AI learning in there. I can.
Like it
But-
learns what you like.
Right. I think it does. But at the same time, it can only send you what it has.
Yeah, that's why when you get a bunch of shitty orders in a row, you should probably stop because there's nothing good to send you.
I will say it probably does not like sending me short distance orders. I get 90% long distance, like you're talking like 7 to 14 mile deliveries, but the dollars are good.
And you're willing to take those, right? Because I get
Mm-hmm.
rarely high mile orders. I rarely see high mile orders, and I decline most of them, right? And I think all the ones that fall through are just because there was none of them to give me, no other orders to give me, and they send me an order out of town because I only take short orders. But they send me short orders that are shitty too, and short orders that are $3 a mile that are shitty, So there's still a bunch of orders that you decline.
I've always said it doesn't matter if you have 100% AR or 0% AR. You're going to get crappy orders if there's crappy orders out there. You're just
it matters if you have 100% AR because you're going to get all the crappy orders. They're going to come to you first.
I believe that.
You're a fucking
I
sucker,
agree.
and the AI learned that. So if we
Because
can all
you
agree on
get
that,
priority on the offer screen.
I don't know, Boots, you want to say something?
Yeah, I do. Felon's right on most of what he's saying about the AI. I wouldn't call it training. I would call it habits, because the time frame doesn't matter how long you have on the app. It just goes off of what you take. So in the morning, if I take a $15 6 mile or $15 or $20 10 mile, that's what they're going to feed me until I stop and say I'm not taking that. So I'll let that time out, and then they'll send me a shopping pay. Once I take that one shopping pay, that's what they're going to keep feeding me until I stop and say I'm not taking that shopping pay. So it goes off of your habits. If you're making $200 a day, that's what it's going to feed you in that amount of time to equal out to that $200 a day. Wherever you turn that app on, most of the time, some of us turn it on. Like me, I turn it on in my apartment, and right around 10:30, 11 o'clock, it pushes me back to my apartment because it knows I'm about to either stop or it's going to keep me in that vicinity of my apartment, because either eventually I'm going to not work anymore. So it's just going off of your habits.
exactly.
And to a point of where if it's you can't stop it. You can't stop it. 100%. For me, my range is 72 and 83. That's where I like to keep my AR. Anything 69 and under is garbage. The other day I had to turn off all delivery and just do shopping pay, which boosted my AR faster than normal. And if you have that ability and you want your AR to go up, just turn the deliveries off and do shopping pay. That gets your AR back up to where you want it in a faster rate. Once I did that, I turned it back on. The delivery started coming through. I got a bunch of bad, crappy, trash delivery offers, but then they threw a delivery and a shopping pay on top of that to the same customer. So basically, it was letting me know, we know what you did, so we're going to give you 2 of what you turned off. So it's basically off your habits. Once you get your habits down and constantly doing those same routines over and over and over and over, you'll notice the difference. But I will say this: if you multi-app, you'll never be able to set that, because the more you logging in and logging out, it doesn't know what to do with you. And I know you guys done heard me tell Eric that several times. The AI doesn't know what to do with him, because he takes a bad offer, he takes a good offer, he gets mad at this offer. It doesn't know what to do with him, so it just gives him trash on top of trash on top of trash. And then if he's in a war, he's accepting good things and he's making money, so he's training an AI, but he doesn't realize it. So Felon's
He
right.
needs to operate like he's in a war every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's why I'm
Felon's
glad
right.
I'm kind
Yeah.
of glad I'm in California. I have to pause my dash whenever I do a spark or something like that, or I have to end it straight up, and then restart it later. So because they make you do that. But yeah, so that must also have an effect on it too. I didn't think about that.
He's right in this and right in what he's saying. Sometimes, it's not like I just look at it as habits. It's not training it. It's just your habits. Whatever you're gonna do every day, like consistently. I schedule myself from 4:30 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. and I do that for 2 weeks out. So no one, and I do that for one to lock a lot of people out of my zone because look, don't want them in my zone, so I lock them out. And two, it lets the AI know, look, I can depend on this person for at least 16 hours a day, and every day it'll feed me in the morning. It'll feed me my same 5 offers: Denny's, Starbucks, Taco Bell, the pastry shop, or McDonald's. I'm getting one of those every morning. And if it start off at Starbucks, my first 10 orders is going to be Starbucks. No question about it. If I start off with McDonald's, my first 10 offers are going to be McDonald's. So it knows what I'm doing, when I'm going to do it, and when I'm going to log in. And when I'm going to log out. So in my opinion, along with Felon's opinion, you can train it or you can get it to follow your habits. And long as you keep those patterns up consistently, it'll work out for you.
Yeah, it's more about training yourself. It's more about training yourself to get into a rigid technique or a program, that you follow every day, like Boots does.
That I'm better with agreeing it is training yourself for what works in your market and what you like.
Yeah. It's like,
Not
and that's
necessarily-
working with the AI, and it's helping it understand what you want.
One thing about the trash order, we can't stop them. We can't.
Yeah.
You can minimize them, in my opinion. You can minimize the ones you get if you keep your AI, your AR, and your completion rate in a certain range. You can minimize your trash. But if it's low, for me, if it's 69, I'm getting nothing but trash, and it's gonna be a struggle. And I gotta find different ways to raise it back up. If it's anything above 83, I'm getting nothing but trash. So I keep it between 72 and 83, and that's my sweet spot.
So do you think that everybody that's above 83 is getting the trash first, and that's why by the time they have an offer for you, you're not getting it because everybody above 83 already accepted it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I feel, because 9 times out of 10, what's gonna happen is when you're above, in my opinion, when you're above 83 and you're above into the 90s into the 100, they once again the AI don't know it can't give you all the bangers, it can't give you all the loppers, it can't do it, so it has to feed you a lot of trash because they know you're most likely willing to take that trash. You're most likely willing to take the $3 15 mile, the $8 20 mile. You're most likely to take it, and then if you do, that's what they're going to keep feeding. They're going to feed you the trash because they know you're going to take it. But if you stay within a certain range, they know we can't give them all trash. We got to give them some good offers, and they've got to keep them interested.
Okay. Now, I don't want to completely ignore the chat, so we do have a question here. What is the cheapest order that you guys had to accept?
What do we define as cheapest?
What do you think is your cheapest order? Whatever you think is personally your cheapest order. Like, have you accepted a 225?
It's been a long time.
I think I did, yes.
I wouldn't say had to, but I did it. I did it for my own reasons. I took a 250 because it said catering bag required, and it was 5 items.
But
then the note said cash tip will be paid upon arrival. So I took a $2.50. Only reason because it said catering. I said, why is a $2.50 5 items catering bag required? Why? So when I looked at the items, I'm like, oh shit, this is just. It was what two? It was 2 pans of 2 trays of Spam wasabi, and it was 2 trays of sushi, and it was a bucket of rice. You know, when I got to the customer, I dropped it off. I wasn't expecting anything because, you know, they tell you I got cash tip, but that could be an old message. I'm walking away. He hands me $50.
Yeah.
And then the other day, well, last week, I took a $8 11 miles. And I knew where it was coming from. It was 28 items. It was called bentos, but it was sushi bentos. I get a text along the way. We have cash for you. You get here. Wasn't expecting it. They handed me an envelope. It's $48 cash.
Damn.
So when I look at things on the risk I'm gonna take. Just for me and my market, my zone. I look at knowing my restaurants, knowing the merchant, knowing the items of food that they have, and am I willing to risk this, knowing it may or may not be a tip. So that's what I do. But if I see something I did it live when I took a Chick-fil-A for everybody else. It was a $4 order, Chick-fil-A. I knew where it was going. I knew where it was. I took a chance. When I got there, they gave me $10 cash. So that's what I do. I'll take chances and I take risks. So if I see us offer that's, I believe, going to pay me, I'm going to do it. But having to take it, no, I don't have to take it. That part right there is, yeah.
I can tell you, I've had to take a $2.50 order one time, and that's because it was a part of a stack, and if I unassigned it, it would drop my completion rate below the threshold. So I've had to take it one time. Since then, I'm like a 99% completion rate. So yeah, I would definitely unassign them now.
I think my lowest in recent memory was like 425. Going like 2 miles.
Yeah, I did I don't remember if it was 225 to 325. I think it was 325. I think it was a no tip that got bounced around and I was doing a hell week. And it was about a year ago. Yeah, it was a miserable order. And when I got to the merchant, of course, the order had been stolen. They didn't have it. So I did wait for them to remake it and I took it to where it needed to go. Of course, I contacted DoorDash, blah, 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 blah.
If you've done earn by time, you've technically have taken a $0 order. You don't know what it's going to pay you until you deliver it. And if you take it and you unassign it, you don't get anything.
Well, that's most orders. If you take them and unassign them, you don't get anything.
That's true. I do the math when I take all my earn by time orders, though. I know roughly I'm going to do 2 minutes per mile.
Exactly.
You know what I was going to say that too, Cody. If I do earn by time, since I use driver's utility helper, I know exactly what my base pay is going to be for that earn by time.
That's true.
So
based on their estimate, or read that?
Yeah, what it does is DOH will take your earn by time amount, and it'll break it down into how much you earn per minute, and then based off the time that they say it takes you to complete that order, it's going to give you an estimated base pay based on that. And then while you're actually doing the order, it's actually tracking how much you're making per minute and showing that to you.
Okay.
And so, yeah, lots of different options in the DOH app.
Gary might actually get me to download DOH here soon.
It has so many
I just typed in the chat. You can download DOH at Gary'sApps.com.
You didn't type that in this chat. Whose chat did you put that in?
Yeah.
Then someone else's stream.
No, I typed it in the Situation Room on Gig Wars official page.
No, you did not.
No,
I know.
Yeah, the second time he does it like
you
this.
I did, and it's not showing up.
Do you have links blocked from chat?
Did she block herself?
No, I removed everybody from the
No, there you go.
What's going on?
No, it worked for me. So Gary'sApps.com. Gary'sApps.com, where not only where you can find my apps that I make for gig workers, but you can also download the Gig Wars app on both iOS and Android. If you don't already have it, make sure you go get it. It is a free app, so you can join us when we do our wars. I think we're down to the last thing. We're going to wrap this up soon. We got goals for 2024. We are coming closer to the end of the month, but before we do that, Red, there's a question back there asking about a Christmas stream. I believe there's not going to be a Situation Room on Christmas Day.
I didn't even look at the calendar, so I don't know. But I mean, absolutely, if Christmas is a Monday, yeah, we won't have a Situation Room.
Okay, so yeah, the 25th is a Monday. And so 31st is a Sunday, so you will have a New Year's Day Situation Room, I would assume.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
You know, so yeah, there won't be any Christmas Situation Room, but there will be a New Year's Day Situation Room. But we'll also be here next week as well on the 18th, so you can catch us on both those days. I thought we already did the 2024 goals a couple weeks ago or last week, but do we want to quickly run through those again? And it also says team members go to War Channel subs in 2024. Red, maybe you can explain a little bit more about that because I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to encourage team members to engage in their own wars with their own subscribers for what's the word I'm looking for here? For engagement with their own subscribers.
So you're challenging everybody on here that has a YouTube channel to go to war with their viewers once a month to get engagement, not only on their channels, but for Gig Wars as well.
Yeah.
I did get a request yesterday to do the Hell Week War again. I missed it last month. So I will definitely be doing that right before Christmas. I'll set that up.
Oh, for the end of the month, Top Dasher.
Yep.
So that's going to be what the week of the 24th.
Yeah, it'll start the 24th.
24th through the 31st.
Yeah.
Okay, and make sure he'll of course do it in the Gig Wars app. If you haven't downloaded it, like I said, go download it. You can join the Hell Week War, and by that time we will have in-app chat as well. So you'll be able to chat directly with everybody that's in the war, and that means you can chat directly with Gigan in the war.
And you don't have to be going for Top Dasher. Like if you already got the stats, just come DoorDash. Basically, treat it as a DoorDash only war for a week.
Yeah. Okay. What are we looking at? 2350 for something. I can't see the mileage. Two blurry boots.
Before that timer runs out.
You better hit accept though. Or screenshot
8.7 miles. Catering bag required.
I thought I saw him in there dancing.
Hey, I got goals to meet.
What are they for 24?
2024. I'm putting myself on a 36-week grind. No vacations, no downtime. 36 weeks straight. 36 to 40 weeks.
Hi, Jonathan.
And then after that, I'll have the option to take the rest of the year off, which is the first 9 months of the year work, the last 3 months of the year vacation.
Not a bad idea.
So if you're doing 36 weeks, I'm just gonna put this out there: $2,500 a week. That's $90,000.
No, $2,800.
Oh,
So
20. Okay.
28 to $3,000 a week is what I'm shooting for. Which I usually average like 28 a week now. It's just certain weeks I take vacation and but the first to give you a breakdown, like the first 18 weeks of this year, I had made $52,000.
Nice.
In the first 18 weeks of this year. So I said, well, if I do 18 and 18, that's 36.
Okay, so your goal for 2024 is trying to hit your 100K and then take
And
the rest of the year off.
100K in 9 months.
Right. And then take the rest of the year off.
Possibly take the rest of it.
Or become a part-time dasher during that time.
He's not going to take 3 months off. He's just not going to do it. First of all, he would lose his top dasher status. And second of all, he's addicted to work.
Well, he could cut it back to 25 deliveries a week and still keep his top dasher status.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's not. That's 2 days for him.
Yeah,
That's a day and a half for him.
2 days.
He would need the top dasher status if
But
he
my
stayed
point,
anyway. He could just get the
What?
top dasher status back on that very last month when he comes back for the following year. He wouldn't need it for those few months he'll be off.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In that last month, he could just do 25 a week and get his top dasher back.
yeah, but
LLP
he might lose his LLP.
Just for those months he's off. Once he does the last month, he'll lose it for that 1 month he comes back. But then once he gets the following month to full time again, he'd have it back.
But we don't know that that's how LLP
We don't know that
works.
for sure.
That's how it works. I've lost it a few times.
Yeah.
But just based on how the zones are coming within this next year, we have a lot of changes with DoorDash. We got certain markets with these tiers. So that's based off of what I have planned also outside of the gig economy, far as real estate, far as vehicles, far as other things that I got going on in my life. That 3 months will be not doing gig work, but it'll be work setting up other businesses and other ventures that I tend to do going into my 8-year plan. So that's why I'm really to grind it out like that and just see what the results will be.
Before we wrap this up, anybody else get any 2024?
Well, I got my
goals they wanna throw out?
2024 plans too.
Hey, what you got?
If anyone minds.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
I'm gonna. You guys really got me thinking earlier, and I think I'm gonna start doing the travel and dasher thing starting
I love it.
January. So
I
I'm
love
planning
it.
something out for that. Probably gonna try to do at least like one a month for all of 2024. So I think that would be fun. Yep, and that's pretty much it.
I've been thinking
Red,
about it.
Tomorrow I got 2 catering orders scheduled, making about $80. So in like an hour-ish, hour and maybe 15 minutes maybe. So yep. Pretty
Hey,
pumped
we
on
can
that,
do
too.
it. We could do a show, The Hustler and the Felon.
Yeah.
Or traveling dashers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
See, I could probably travel on Dash. I probably could. The problem with it is where are you going to sleep? If you do hotel rooms every night, that pretty much eats all your profit.
That's where
There's some really cheap hostels
that's our
in
dilemma.
most cities
Well, we
on
can also,
Airbnb.
when I thought about looking for sponsors. Like, listen, I'm gonna be if you with all the social media things, the influencer titles, it's ways you probably can say, I'll stay here for whatever price, or get a sponsor to cover your expense, your lodging expenses.
Yeah,
And
that's good if you have like thousands and thousands of viewers. But I mean, like typically, and this goes for most big sponsors, they're going to want you to have over 10,000 viewers before they even think about giving you any type of money for any serious thing.
That's true too.
And so if you got a big channel, that's great, but a small channel of people, that's going to be very hard to do.
Mm-hmm. Especially in the small niche that we're in.
Right.
Well,
Maybe if you're closed-minded.
So if Felon no, it'll come fast once he starts. So say he starts in Florida, then he goes to Chicago. If he starts filming it, putting it out there himself, people are going to watch.
You'll grow in the nomad niche
because they want to figure out where he's going to go next. Is he going to fail in that market? Where he's going to sleep? I mean, it's just like I mean, not to give a shameless plug, but come on, Duck Dynasty. Everybody watched that. So
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying it would be entertaining. I'm just saying starting out, like that's what my question is. Starting out though, you're not going to be able to get all that. So my first thought that comes to mind is I'm going to spend more money on lodging than I am working.
So this is my theory on it, right? Is that I'm gonna make like 3 times the amount of money if I'm somewhere that I'm not next to my house, right? And I can go home freaking whenever it gets slow and yada yada yada, right? If I'm just so I'm gonna be somewhere that I'm gonna working 12 hours a day instead of 8 or fucking or whatever, and that's gonna cover whatever sort of lodging I might need. But I'm gonna try to I would rather get a situation where I can get a car that would support me sleeping in it, and have it set
kind of
up
like
where it would be comfortable.
Ron B did.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know exactly what he did, but any
Could dash in
hatchback
a
that I
Honda
can convert
Odyssey.
the back.
Yeah. Well, because see, like I even thought about this too before we bought this house here. Is I could get a camper and I could pull the car behind it, and me and Donna we could travel and dash and things like that. But then I was like, well, even to park the RV somewhere, it costs money, and it's like I did that thing checking out campgrounds and HOAs, things like that, and it was the same price as me having a mortgage. So I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense then. Besides the fact that it'd be fun,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so, my 2024 goals to make a lot of money. I mean, that's pretty much my only goal is to make a lot of money. I'm like gigging. I don't like to be in debt. I got a new house. I want to try and get that paid off within the next 5 years. So I'm going to try and work more gig work and try and get a couple more apps out there. Try and get the Gig Wars app to be better and more popular, things like that. So that way I make a lot more money.
Mine, obviously money related, but this year I'm tracking for 80,000 earned on gig work. I want to try to do 90 next year. Paid off 10,000 in the last 6 months. I want to at least do 30 next year, if not push for 50. And then, if at all possible, cut ties with the W-2. That's on my list for 24.
Right, Cody, Red?
I want to pay off all the credit card debt I got, and then and then I would love to pay off credit card and car debt, but I want to pay off credit card debt for next year, and then pay off cars following year, or trade them in and be paying off other cars on them by that time.
And we all got to get a Tesla before Josh.
Exactly.
Josh can go buy a Tesla cash tomorrow. So he might.
Watch the month I get my Tesla, Josh will have a Tesla too.
Yes, you will. Okay, Jonathan Cameron wants to come up and say something to us.
As long as we're winding down.
Yeah, we're
winding
down here.
down.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. I don't know how long this thing's supposed to go for, so I was just talking.
Yeah,
We've been about an hour and a half the last 2 weeks.
I've got some things I got to do, so I'll be leaving shortly.
Go ahead, Jonathan. Click the link, hon. We got about 5 minutes till we end the stream.
Is the link posted?
Yeah, it's posted, or it was posted.
Yeah, that's how
somebody removed it. Here, I'll post it for him again. Girlfriend wanting to sign off on Josh getting a Tesla, so that means I can get a Tesla first, and then he can just be jealous. In fact, the moment I get my Tesla, I'm coming up to Philly just to take you everywhere we want to go in the Tesla, so you're jealous. I posted
Jonathan, Gary pinned the link, or Gary posted the link, Jonathan.
Josh, I thought you was the man of the house. Can't you just go get what you want? You're supposed to do what you want, man. It's your money.
Believe that when we see it, Jonathan.
Here, whitewash it.
Airbnbs.
Hey,
I saw some
babe,
hostel
can I go get a
situations,
Tesla
like, where
tomorrow?
it's like 6 beds or something
I
in
got
a
approval.
room or whatever. And they're pretty cheap, like $25 a night or something. Like for 2 weeks, that's nothing.
Josh, you can't just borrow a Tesla and say it's yours when Gary comes up.
See, we've got the support, Josh, unlike the rest of you. Unlike you. We could go out if we have the ways of doing it. We could go out and get a Tesla tomorrow.
But I thought it was your gambling money, Josh.
But it's your, yeah. It's been my gambling. Yeah.
Jonathan, Gary posted the link.
Yeah, you got about 3 minutes, Jonathan, if you want to join us before we shut down this stream. Get whatever out you want. Now that is on my goal to get a Tesla. I don't know if it's going to be part of 2024 because I would really like to get my house paid down before I go spend money on that. But at the same time,
if you drive the mileage, it helps.
Right. The thing is my cars are paid off now, and I don't want a car payment, and I don't want to take my savings and go buy a Tesla. And so it's definitely, it's on my list. It's just a matter of I'm trying to prioritize because my car right now only has like 30 something thousand miles on it. So it's still got a long
That's that
life.
Kia?
Yeah, that's that Kia. Yeah. Now Donna's car, it has 100 and something thousand miles on it, but she don't drive as much as I do. Now I think by end of next year, it'll probably have like 70 something thousand, 80 something thousand on my car,
I've done 32,800 since August 3rd.
Holy
this year.
shit.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that Tesla's not going to last you. So, Cody, it looks like we can wind this down however you guys want to end it, whatever.
Well, I guess we are going to see you all next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Later.